Hello everybody. Hello my friends. I hope you're all doing very well today. Today I'm going to talk about something that I heard about on a YouTube video. Something really strange that supposedly has been happening in Peru. So any of my Peruvian friends on here, if you have any experience, you know about this at all, let me know down in the comments, okay? And if you have any personal experience with something like this, please tell me, guys. I would love to make a video with you and we could talk about it in English or Spanish, because this is just something I'm really interested in, something that I want to know more about, and something that sounded crazy, sounded unreal, but I want to know if there's actually something going on there. Today we're going to talk about something that is kind of a legend in the Peruvian rainforest and the jungles of Peru. And apparently what they call this phenomenon is las pelacaras, okay? The face peelers, all right? So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna get into what I heard about it, and then you guys could tell me in the comments if you've heard of this, if it's something that's really going on, or if it's just a story, okay? Because you guys are a lot closer to it than I am, so you would know better. So let's talk about what I heard is going on in Peru. So apparently, in these very isolated rainforest communities, these tiny little villages or pueblos in the rainforest, these people are being terrorized, okay? They're seeing crazy, scary things in the night. Something is coming and terrorizing these villages, supposedly. That's what they say. So I want to know, is that true? So I watched a long video, or really I listened to it because I was at work, about a guy who went down there to interview people and try and find out what's going on. So apparently they have a legend, like an urban legend in Peru, about the face peelers or pelacaras, okay? And these are some sort of creature, maybe it's an alien, maybe it's a demon. They come at night, they take you and they cut off your face, okay? Pelan tu cara. So that's the legend of the pelacara. Now, what these people are reporting is pretty terrifying, okay? In this video, the people were saying that creatures were coming into their village, and they were all dressed in black. They were using clothes, but it was an armor, okay? It was a hard black bodysuit. Their whole body was covered. They had a helmet on their head, and they were floating, okay? They were floating, like flying around. They had these devices that allowed them to fly around. It was like a small disc, like un plato, that they could stand on, and they could fly around on it, okay? They could fly around, and it was silent. Silent. And the armor they were wearing was bulletproof. So these villagers, they have guns, and when these creatures came to terrorize them, they would shoot them with a shotgun, boom, but nothing happened. It didn't hurt the creatures, the person, the thing. Okay, it would hit them, but it would bounce off. So one guy even said that he shot the thing and it fell over, but then it got up and flew away on its little disc thing. So imagine, guys, that you live in this village in the middle of the jungle, and at nighttime these creatures come and they can fly around, and they're terrorizing you and your family. So apparently these things are trying to scare people. They actually grabbed a girl, a 15-year-old girl, and took her, and they were trying to cut her face off, okay? They said that they injected something into her nose that was a drug, okay? It was a drug, and it made her drowsy and high. And then they pulled out a little laser device to try and cut off her face. Now, this interaction was interesting because the girl, she says she heard the two creatures or things talking to each other. Okay? Now, the interesting thing about this is she called one the gringo and one the Peruvian, because they were speaking in Spanish, but one had a gringo accent and kind of obviously non-native Spanish, maybe what I would be speaking, okay? So one of them was speaking Spanish, but obviously it wasn't his first language. He sounded like a gringo. And the other one sounded Peruvian, okay? And you guys know, if you're Mexican, you can tell when you're talking to a Mexican by their accent. If you're Colombian, you could tell, oh, hey, you're from here. I could hear it. You're from where I'm from. I know what your accent is, okay? That's what this girl said. One of these creatures was Peruvian, and one was a gringo speaking Spanish that wasn't perfect. So anyway, they were trying to cut off her face, and she was kicking, and finally she got loose and started to scream, and her parents, her father and her brother came with guns. Okay, and they scared off the creatures, the bad guys, whatever. And they took the girl, and they asked her what happened. She said, they were trying to cut my face off. I heard them. One of them was an American speaking Spanish, but dressed like this alien monster. And the other one was a Peruvian man. Now, the guy who went down there to figure out what's going on, he tried to interview this girl, but she has such bad PTSD. PTSD means post-traumatic stress syndrome, or post-traumatic Perdón, I can't speak English today, guys. PTSD means post-traumatic stress disorder. Okay, it's anxiety caused by a traumatic experience. So she was traumatized so bad by this attack that when the man tried to interview her, she was shaking, she couldn't speak, okay? So obviously something really happened to this poor girl, okay? This poor 15-year-old girl. Something happened. Something happened that scared her so bad. All right, so this is just basically what's going on. These creatures, these things are coming into the village and terrorizing people, okay? And they actually hurt somebody. What do these things want? What are they? So one clue to what they are is that the girl heard them speaking. So let's think here. What is the most likely situation? Are these aliens? Are these demons who speak messed up Spanish and one who speaks perfect Peruvian Spanish? Or is this like some government operation, okay? Is this like some international thing? There's an American agent down there working with Peruvian agents. What's going on? Why are they doing this? Why are they torturing and terrorizing these poor people? So what this makes me think of is that it's government, okay? One, because it's two different people with two different nationalities working together. And two, because they have technology that is super advanced. I believe that our governments have technology that are so advanced that they would, to us, appear like magic, okay? And they just don't tell us about it because they don't tell us anything. But why are they doing this? Why are they terrorizing these people? Okay, I think that it's a test run. They're testing this technology out, okay? They're going to a place that's not going to have security cameras everywhere. These people barely have phones to record, okay? These are people who they're not living in like, they have real clothes, they have guns. So it's not like they're straight up indigenos, okay? Indigena. But they don't have cameras, they don't have GoPros, they have old phones, all right? These are not people who have internet in their homes. So if you were going to try something out, test out a program, and you didn't want everybody to know about it, it would be a good place to test it in the jungle. So I'm thinking maybe the government is trying to test out this technology, see if they can convince people that it's aliens or monsters, and then why would they want to do that? Why would they want to have this technology? Why would they want people to think that aliens are attacking? Well, One theory is that on a global scale, internationally, all over the world, one day, the governments, the very powerful people, are going to stage or act out a fake alien invasion. All right? And why would they do this? Well, if there is a force that is threatening our safety, they could tell us to do whatever they want and we'll do it, okay? Guys, you have to stay at home because there's a monster out there. There's monsters out there. We're fighting them. You guys have to stay home. Don't leave your house. Okay? Sound familiar? Yeah, that's what they did with COVID. So, that's one theory. Maybe they have technology that appears to be alien because it's so advanced and they want to use it against us, to terrorize us, and to scare us into doing whatever they say, okay, and to giving up our freedoms. And a long time ago, a president of the United States named Ronald Reagan was making a speech, and he said, you know, we all have so many differences, all these different countries of the world. I think he was giving this speech at the United Nations or the UN. And he said, I've often thought, what would happen if a threat or a danger from outside of the world, like aliens, came? Would we all join together? Would we all work together and forget about our differences? So that's one thing. This might be their way of starting a one world government, okay? Or a new world order for my conspiracy fans. So it's quite possible, okay? They might... I know it sounds crazy, guys. I'm just talking here to talk, to think out loud and kind of give you guys a little input and entertainment. But isn't it quite possible that if they created this threat or this danger from aliens, they could say, all right, guys, the whole world has to band together now to fight this external threat, this alien invasion, and they could create a one world government. I don't know, guys. I don't know. These are just some crazy conspiracy theory thoughts that are going on through my brain right now. But I was listening to this the other day, and it sounded really interesting. I like to hear about things like this, and I thought, well, why not? I could give you guys a video with some interesting input, and maybe, just maybe, there'll be somebody watching this who knows about what's really going on down there. So, my friends, if you are in Peru, close to Peru, or you know somebody in Peru, tell me, have you heard about this? Is there really something terrifying and sinister and evil going on in the Amazonian rainforests of Peru? Or is this all just a big story that this guy made up so he could get clicks on his YouTube channel? Tell me, my friends. I'm very excited to know what you guys think. All right. Como siempre, muchísimas gracias por ver. Nos vemos pronto.